Hello and welcome to part 4 in this look back at Resident Evil Zero. We're now in the Marcus training facility, which is the location for pretty much the majority of this game. What I'm going to be doing here now is just dropping off all the items that I don't use. Well, I don't need to use at the moment, it's just they're easy to get when we need them again. I think we're going to have a problem though because of it being on easy. There's more items already in here, like lots of herbs. So it's going to take a bit because there's only a set amount of items you can leave in one room. So I'm going to try and leave as much as I can in here. And if I need to put it in other places where there's no enemies, that's where I'll have to put them. I mean, as I said in the last part, I do like I think it's the last part. It's in a previous part anyway. I do like the idea of that, but it is very frustrating that you can't leave it in an item box. To some... Oh, headshot, lovely. There is a bit later on, I think, if I remember correctly, there's like a scope you can put on. I think it's... I'm not sure if it's just Billy's or Rebecca's, but it's one of their handguns. Or I'm not sure if it's both. But I remember putting it on Billy's handgun. It's like a little scope. I think it is more... You're more likely to get headshots with it, I think. I remember when I did put it on, I was getting quite a few headshots, so... Right, we can't go down that other side if I remember correctly, because it's... You have to go there a bit later on. I am just going by what I've sort of had a look at, because I didn't get too far into it. I think we need to pick up the evil statue. Well, it's half of the evil statue, you've got to get the other half a bit later on. Oh, and there's some gasoline. I think that's a shotgun. It does look like similar to the hunting rifle, but that can hold 7 shots, that shotgun, whereas the hunting rifle can only hold 2. You will find well, I personally found myself using the shotgun more than I did the hunting rifle. Oh, I think it said the one-winged statue there, but when you find the other wing, it's called the evil statue, I think. I could be wrong on that, mind, but I think that's the case. Oh, I can hear you. I have to admit, though, what I love about this game and the Resident Evil 1 remake is the darkness in it. It's very gloomy. It really is not. Well, it's not. Well, I wouldn't say it's not nice. I like that it adds, you know, more of a scary thing to it. I couldn't think of a better word there. Yeah, I do like that about it. I think they're both very well done. Because normally when you hear about remakes, they're not always good as the original. As I said with the first, I think I've said it somewhere in one of my videos. I think Resident Evil 1, the remake on GameCube, is probably one of the best remakes of a game ever, personally, I think. And I think the only other game that I can sort of give that to is Tomb Raider Anniversary. I thought that was a brilliant remake. I know there's Halo Anniversary, which is a remake of the first Halo. I personally haven't played it. I'm not a big fan of Halo, if I'm honest. I have played them, but it's just not for me. You know, I'm not going to criticise it because I don't enjoy it, because that's not fair. But I'm just saying that I personally didn't like it. I'm trying to think of any other remakes I've sort of played. I can't think of any. Oh, there's a file there. That there, you may not have, it doesn't really specify it, but from knowing what you've got to pick on later on, from remembering what it's about if I'm correct, there's 3 stone tablets later on to get into another building. And one of them is a tablet, the discipline tablet, if I remember correctly, and I think that's what it's on about there. And we're going to put the statue on here. It won't do anything at the moment because we need the other statue and to put the wings on both of the statues. I'm just going to put it there, just, you know, to free up some space. Something else I sort of wanted to comment on with this game, because it's the Wii version. Now it's not so. Well, I haven't actually seen it on this one yet. I think it's more on the train. I think I've seen it. It's mainly in the port of 1, Resident Evil 1. In the top corners, you'll notice that there's red. It might just be my thing with me, certainly with the way I've set my TV up. But and there's like this red stuff in the top corner. It's like little fuzzy bits. It's nothing like game breaking, but I've just noticed that. I don't ever remember that being in the GameCube version. I can't remember what I did. I think I have seen it on it. I can't remember for sure. I was just pointing that out in case anybody did notice it. That later on is a code we need to open one of the doors, but that's not for a while yet. Well, it's coming up soon. I'd say in the next, well, probably not the next part, but the part after that, possibly, maybe. I don't know. I'd say about. I couldn't say for sure actually, but it's coming up pretty soon. Probably been. Well, it's about half an hour away from where we are now. I would say maybe a bit more, possibly. It's not far, but it's hard to identify the exact time. It's actually annoying. That was given away by the way the Wii loads. You'll hear it like the disc going really mad. Like do this. Well, if you've got a Wii, you're not. I'm told I can't do the exact noise. But it kept loading and the screen paused, and I thought, oh, something's coming. So it kind of ruined that a little bit there. I don't know if that was the way it was that way on the GameCube. But I'm actually really glad they ported them over to the Wii because I foolishly traded in my GameCube back in 2006 or 2007, I can't remember. I really wish I hadn't, because my sister bought the Wii in 2006, I can't remember if it's 2006 or 7, I think it was 7 because I think it was just after I got my PlayStation 3. And I didn't know it had backwards compatibility, and I found an old receipt the other day. Because I'm a habit of, I'll buy a game and put the receipt in the case. It's just my thing I do. It's just to, so I know where receipts are. And I found a receipt where, with all my traded in games, because I didn't trade them all in at once with my GameCube, and I actually had Resident Evil 0 on that receipt, and it was after my sister bought the Wii, and if I'd known that it was backwards compatible with GameCube, I never would have traded that in. But I've got it back now, so there we go. But yeah, I'm glad they did that. I mean, because to get the game, I've seen some of the GameCube versions of Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil 1. Some ridiculous, I think it's like some about 20 quid. There are some fair people out there selling them, but it's really some really ridiculous prices.
Let's split up.
Roger.
Oh, this bit now we have to split up. I have to send Rebecca up because Billy's too heavy for Rebecca to send up. And if I remember, well, actually, I'm not going to spoil the surprise. Oh, some shotgun ammo here. It wasn't when I was playing it on normal. And the fact that I'm equipping a shotgun saying something's coming, there you go. I don't know what the hell these things are. They're like, well, they're like grasshoppers, I would imagine. Well, they're not grasshoppers because grasshoppers are green, but they're sort of like that. I can't think of the name of the animal it resembles. Is it a locust? I don't know. There are things like this in Resident Evil Outbreak File 2. It's if you got there's this one of the missions. I think it's the forest one where if you stay in the hut after and wait for the bridge to break, there's quite a few of them. I can't remember the name of the mission now. It's the one with the bloke with the axe. If you play Resident Evil Outbreak File 2, there's quite a few similar things to them. I actually died on that part because I didn't know they were coming, and I didn't bother to give Rebecca the shotgun. Oh, nice target practice. I'm not actually stating though that you should go shooting animals. Do not shoot animals, it's cruel. But it's just a game. There's no consequences. I seen it there and I'm thinking, can I get a shot on it? Because I know how annoying them crows are, and I thought if I could take one. But I always find with them crows, they keep coming back. So I really wouldn't waste my ammo there. I just keep running past. And now we can meet up with Billy by unlocking this door. Just down here. I actually, I don't want to spoil the surprise of what's in the other door. But I'm glad when I was actually when I was playing this through, just to get familiarised with it, I went through that door first. It's best having two people. Right now we've got to switch back to Billy to meet back up with Rebecca. It's actually quite funny in the Umbrella Chronicles because they just jump down that hole. Because it says the lift won't work anymore, but they just jump down it in Umbrella Chronicles. It's funny. Are there any zombies? Oh yeah. It's annoying when I'm watching this back on Movie Maker, Windows Movie Maker, because it's like the smallest little screen and sometimes I just cannot see. So if you're wondering how did I miss that zombie, that's how. As I said, the gloominess of the rooms, I've got to give it them. They've done that really well. They actually, on the DLC, I've Lost in Nightmares for Resident Evil 5, because in Resident Evil 4 they changed it to over the shoulder camera angles. They actually put this style of camera angle back in that, and it really did. It did work. It sort of made you feel like you did. But I've got to admit that I know a lot of people are saying in 5 that there's no survival horror aspect in it. That DLC brought that back. Okay. With those, well, I will be doing the DLC missions because I do have them. Well, I have the gold edition that's got the move sticker on, so I don't know if it's the special move edition or it's just the gold edition. I'll just call it the gold edition. So I will be doing that shortly. It'll be in the next couple of weeks because I'm really trying to get all these done now. And there's more of them. So yeah, that was a good call when I did that the first time to come and get Billy and then come back in here. I think you get a grenade launcher in here now, which is very handy for the upcoming boss. And I'm trying to think, it's not far off, let's put it that way. I might have space there, which is a pain. I love how I state the obvious. I'm out of space.
Roger. Come on. Roger.
That's pretty much going to be it for this part, so thank you very much for watching, and hopefully you'll join me for part 5.